Is the banking system failing, or is it going through a radical transformation? I've been sharing with you guys from 2020 exactly what I've been doing and how I've been methodically transitioning with the new transition of the banking system. So in this video, I'm going to break down what I believe is happening. I'm also going to break down exactly what I'm doing. These videos are for educational purposes. What I'm encouraging you to do is to do your own research. And I would love to hear your thesis here as well. I want this to be an open dialogue and allowing us to take sovereignty of our wealth and understanding that we actually have choices now. Blind leadership is effing dead, guys. You have a choice. You can make decisions. You don't have to blindly follow anymore. And I stopped blindly following. And I positioned my family in 2020. That allowed us to become financially free by 2024. Now we're working to affect generations to come because this is the greatest transfer of wealth in history. So is the banking system failing, or is it rewiring? What you need to understand is that banks are in a massive liquidity crisis. There's massive amounts of trapped liquidity because of the old archaic banking system. The SWIFT system is a messaging system, guys. It doesn't move money. It's slow, it's archaic. I know everybody said on the 22nd when ISO goes fully live, some tokens are going to fly. This is not how it works. There's a global transition of an old archaic banking system. Imagine a remodeling of an old home. This is happening globally. It's not a conspiracy. It has to happen, guys. With the advent of AI technology, what took 18 years is taking 3 years. What's going to take 3 years in the next 3 years is going to take 3 months. In the next 3 years, what takes 3 months is going to take 3 weeks. Money is going to move like this. Messaging is going to move like this. Communication is going to move like this. So there's your hint. The old credit-based fiat system is dead. Countries around the world are broke. There's trillions of dollars of trapped liquidity. So here's what's happening. Trump left as a dollar guy. To Bitcoin crypto. Larry Fink, Bitcoin crypto. Jamie Dimon, Bitcoin crypto. And then 2023, boom, they all flipped. Now, Jamie Dimon still says, Bitcoin, but he'll let you leverage it by the end of this year at JP Morgan. And he lets his wealthy clients invest in it. So if it's used for money laundering, it's a fraud and a pet rock. Why would you let your clients leverage it on your balance sheet by the end of this year? And then why did Larry Fink, the largest asset manager, will flip on you? Tell you if you're worried about the debasement of your country's currency, Bitcoin might be a good choice. He's the number 2 holder in Bitcoin. Trump comes back and runs as a crypto capital of the world. The Bitcoin president brings a genius act into place, a stablecoin. Hint right there, stablecoin. And the Clarity Act got pushed till 2026 most likely. Guys, it's because they're not ready yet. The global system is changing, and here's what's happening. Traditional finance is mixing with decentralized finance. Companies like World Liberty Financial was created by Trump, the Trump boys, Eric, Donald, Trump Jr., and Barron Trump, and Steve Witkoff and his sons. They created World Liberty Financial when they were completely debanked when Trump came back to run as president. So they created World, not America, World Liberty Financial, which is a decentralized bank, which anybody can have access to. Now they have a stable coin called USD1, which is peer-to-peer outside of the central bank. 11 months ago, Jerome Powell was at the deal book and said, Bitcoin's not competition for the dollar, it's a competition for gold. So Bitcoin will be the new gold, digital. Companies like World Liberty Financial, WLFI, with a new model of banking where we, the people, are the bank. We get to participate, we can lend out, and we can borrow against ourselves and not have to wait 120 days to go through KYC and all this shit we have to go through with our banks. Because think about why it takes so long to transfer money. Because the delay is where they make their money. And they know that we don't have to have that delay anymore. I can transact with you in a stablecoin right now, peer-to-peer. I can send you XRP right away. We don't have to go through the central bank anymore, and they know that. That's where all these delays are coming from. They're getting you to look this way as they're stacking their bags this way. Okay, so you're going to be traditional finance and DeFi are going to come together. We're going to have digital things like Bitcoin being the new gold. I'm not saying gold's going away, silver's great, but you have to really think about how advanced things are going to be in the next 10 years. You got to wake up, okay? Then we have infrastructure, Bitcoin mining. Eric Trump, his dad's writing the rules, created American Bitcoin. ABTC, the picks and shovels. They have a massive Bitcoin mining company, and they're one of the fastest growing treasuries in Bitcoin right now. So not only did they create World Liberty Financial, a DeFi bank, that's worldwide. Anybody can get access to it. They're the fastest growing stablecoin, USD1, the Trump family. Eric Trump created the Bitcoin mining. They're mining the Bitcoin. They created a treasury of Bitcoin. They own the Bitcoin. They created the new form of bank. And the central banks are panicking. When this Clarity Act gets approved, guys, banks will have clear rules of the road to custody and operating crypto, and they're going to be coming fast and furious in 2026. So here's my narrative. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing because I want you to be able to come back in 2030 and see if I was correct. Just like you could go back to my videos in 2020 and see if I was correct. My XRP went up 800%. My Bitcoin went up 200%. And I stand with conviction that this portfolio I built is the new infrastructure. Now that's what I believe. I'm only going to share with you conviction what I'm doing. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm not going to you guys. Okay, so my number one holding is XRP by a long shot. Will always be. Bitcoin is number two. That's my digital gold and my supercharged savings. I'm not going to get my biggest bank for Bitcoin, but 50% every year is pretty damn good. So I store that. I'm never going to sell my Bitcoin. Number three is Solana. That's my layer one. Number four, quickly climbing up and probably about to jump Solana, is WLFI, World Liberty Financial. That is my most speculative investment because the DeFi platform is not launched yet. They have USD1. The token gives us governance to the bank. Next will be XLM and HBAR. I can't remember which order those are in. XLM, HBAR, and then VeChain. That's my top 7 cryptos. On the stock side, I have cash generating dividend stocks. We'll put that off to the side. That's my cash flow, high risk cash flow. I de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP. And now American BTC, which is the stock, single stock. So now I'm stacking American Bitcoin, ABTC. Let me share my narrative. I own XRP, the new payment rails for the future. I own Bitcoin, a store of value, the new gold. I own World Liberty Financial, WLFI, the new DeFi bank where I get governance and I have ownership. And lastly, ABTC, American Bitcoin. On the stock side, the picks and shovels. I own the picks and shovels, exposure to the Bitcoin treasury. I own WLFI, LFI, the new DeFi banking system. I own XRP, the new rails, and Bitcoin, the store of value. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to keep stacking it. And when you're running in the red, I'm buying your fear. And when you're celebrating trying to get rich quick, I'm pulling money off the table and I feed my Capital DR strategy. The first step is protection. I use cash value life insurance. It's at the bottom of the risk pyramid. It's being sold incorrectly and it's being structured incorrectly. It is not a retirement policy. These are amazing, amazing opportunities where you can use life insurance to, number one, get permanent life insurance, to stuff cash into them. They need money in them. They need to be structured properly and they need to be funded properly. That's where the bad rap is with insurance. Agents are not structuring properly and they're not funded properly. They're cash value life insurance. They need money in them. They're not retirement policies. Because L in my Capital DR, you can use leverage. So when I profit from my digital assets, I pull profits and I stuff it into insurance for protection. Try to put as much as I can in there. So when the bull run hits and it goes up, I'm going to put more money into my life insurance policy. And I L leverage with no liquidation risk to do what? To buy more cash flow, to buy more assets. There's no liquidation risk and my money is insured. But remember, they have to have cash in them. There's a cost of insurance, they're insurance policies. So make sure they're being structured properly and funded properly. And they're Lamborghinis. You have to drive them. Your agent should be reaching out to you every single year to talk to you about how it's performing. And then DR is de-risk. I'm always de-risking out of high-risk assets, whether it's my cash-generating dividend, these volatile markets, and I'm protecting my family's wealth. And I repeat the process. There's no emotion in this. I love red, and I get nervous during greed, and I get out. So that's my narrative. I'm sticking to it. Save this video, put it in your history for 2030, and come on back and let me know how I did. I love you guys. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Use logic.